Hello there, woven web enthusiasts. Today we have a guy that is questioning the laws in France. He wonders why a father can't paternity test his own child without the consent of mom. Did you know this was the case in France? Simo writes in the Change My Views subreddit, the paternity test ban for fathers in France shows complete contempt for male rights. I recently found out that in France, a man cannot paternity test his kids unless given permission by mom or a judge. This essentially means that no man is legally able to test whether or not the baby is his. To me, this shows complete disrespect for male reproductive rights. Not only are men required to support a child that they have, no matter what, but they are now not even allowed to know whether it is their child. This seems completely ludicrous to me. The logic behind the bill is that it will keep the peace in French families, but this seems like extremely weak reasoning to me. Honestly, I'm just flabbergasted by the whole thing. I don't understand how this can be law in a developed country. Could a mother not just name someone as the father and they would have no recourse? If I slept with someone, then they have the baby, can they just decide I'm the father, even if they know or strongly suspect that I am not and I have no say in it? It seems completely crazy. Change my mind. And for the comments, the hat on the cat writes, paternity tests are not banned in France. At-will secret testing is banned. In France, if you want to double-check that your baby is yours by performing genetic testing on them without telling the mother, that's illegal. However, apparently a lot of men just do it in Switzerland behind their partner's back. Now, if your girlfriend or a random woman you slept with has a baby, it is only considered your child if you acknowledge the child or she contests it in court. So here it's likely you would have a paternity test. She cannot just declare you. You cannot be added as the child's official father without choosing to be or the mother bringing you to court. And if you're married to and living with a woman, you can still get a paternity test with her, but she has to give permission. If she says no, you can still contest the paternity in court. Shining Concepts writes, there is no why that justifies this complete contempt for fathers' rights, period. A deleted account writes, the reason for this approach, according to my understanding, is that there is an understanding that children, as well as adults, have a right to medical privacy, and that includes the right to not have genetic tests done on them without their consent and the right to not be subject to an invasive procedure without a sound justification. It's not to violate fathers' rights, it's to prevent children from being subject to frivolous testing by bickering parents. And Mr. Plays with Squirrels writes, but genetic testing isn't invasive, and the father is impacted by hundreds of thousands of dollars. This isn't trivial. And EMP Rupus writes, referring to OP's quote, could a mother not just name someone as the father and they would have no recourse? If I slept with someone, then they have a baby, can they just decide I'm the father? The law specifically prevents this. In fact, if a woman gave birth to a child, then her partner, husband, is legally the father, and not the random stranger who had sex with her. Basically, parenthood is defined in terms of commitment towards raising the family and not biological connection. So you cannot claim custody of your child who is a product of casual sex or rape, as in the United States. Conversely, the mother cannot claim you as the father and force you to pay for the kid if you haven't previously consented to raising a family or being her domestic partner. It's great for your rights if you're the dude who had casual sex and don't want any surprises. It's also great if you're the mom and don't want the rando biological dad to pop in demanding his child. It's not great if you're in a relationship and your significant other cheats on you and you become the father by consenting to raise a family with her. And as for me here at Woven Webs, after reading this post, I took an hour or so and researched online, read about this. It is simply amazing to me that laws like this exist. But what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. If you're enjoying the channel, hit that subscribe button. It certainly helps me out, and I appreciate you listening.